Hi, I'm Perry Atkinson, General Manager here at theDove. Hey, check out our other videos and check out our website at theDove.us. Well, earlier today, I had a chance to see a videotape of this remarkable children's choir called the Watoto Children's Choir practice. They were practicing last night at Table Rock Christian Fellowship. Well, with me in the studio right now is Robert Sendegeya. He is the leader of the choir, and we're going to talk to him not only about the choir but their ministry. But take a look and take a listen to these children practicing last night. That gives you a little bit of an idea of the children's choir, and they were practicing last night there at Table Rock Christian Fellowship. Robert, nice to have you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And you told me just a few moments ago you've been touring the United States for 7 months?
No, we have been touring the United States for 3 months.
Oh, 3 months.
But
okay.
It's a 7-month tour.
Wow.
We've been to Norway, Sweden, and we still have 1 month to go.
1 month to go. And in the United States, primarily on the West Coast?
Yes, on the West Coast. Phoenix, California, Oregon, and Washington State.
Wow. Well, tell us about the choir. And these are from your church?
Yes, Watoto is a church.
Okay.
And out of the church, we have different ministries. Our pastors are Canadian missionaries, came to Uganda, started Watoto in 1992.
Wow.
And the choirs have been traveling since 1994.
Wow.
So we have, this choir is choir number 62. But what we do, we have a group of children between 7 and 14 years that we travel together. We have different groups of people that get to support these children through sponsorship. Our aim is to raise awareness for the orphan and abandoned child of Africa. And through the music and the dance that we do, we bring the message of Christ, and we're able to connect with different congregations, different churches that get to come alongside Watoto and support us to see lives of many children transformed.
All right. Well, how big is this need with the orphanage and with what you're trying to do there?
The need is really great. Many children are abandoned, orphaned. Back then, in the days, we had lots of children lose parents due to HIV/AIDS. Right now, in Watoto, we care for over 3,000 orphan and abandoned children.
Really?
And that is fantastic.
Wow.
But all that is because of the help we have of friends all over the world that come alongside these children. We desire to be able to reach over 10,000 orphan and abandoned children in Africa. So
wow.
Watoto is not only concentrating in Uganda, but we are moving on to South Sudan, where many children have, due to the civil wars in Sudan,
wow.
have lost their parents.
Really?
So Watoto, as a church, we are transforming that church in South Sudan, and hopefully we're starting the Watoto Child Care Ministries as well, and our aim to see as many children given an opportunity to be able to dream big. And we would like to rescue them, help them to raise them up to become leaders that will be able to transform the continent of Africa.
How big is the AIDS problem? Is it still epidemic?
Yes, it is, but it is not as big as it was in the 80s.
Okay.
Due to many people being exposed and education out about HIV/AIDS, there have been different means of being able to suppress the HIV epidemic. But the repercussions that were left behind, that is what we're going through back home in Africa.
Now, most of these kids here are orphans?
Yes. All children are either orphaned or they have been abandoned.
They have been abandoned. And how long they've been a part of your choir now? 2 years, you say?
They've been, the children travel once on the choir.
Oh.
They only have 6 or 7 months to travel on the choir, and then they go back home to their classes. But they've been, many of them have been part of the organization for 4 years, 3 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
And
it's got to be life-changing for them.
it is, absolutely. They are enjoying it and they're loving it, every moment of it.
Wow. And so they obviously committed to Christ, and they go back into their classes and work with children there.
Yes, they do.
What are your needs? How can our listeners and viewers help you?
We would love many, as people can, to log on to our website, watoto.com, and there they will be
That's
able to...
W-A-T-O-T-O.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then people will be able to find out lots of ways how they can be able to help us. We need great sponsorships of children. We have a self-sustainability department where we're able to produce different foodstuffs. We plant, we have land, we do agriculture.
Oh.
We need people that have knowledge about that in a way that they can help us to expand. And we can be able to transform many lives. That the agricultural facilities we have, one, they produce food for the children that we have. Two, they are a training ground for these children to be given a skill, and they can go back to society and be able to impact it.
Okay. That's W-A-T-O-T-O, Watoto.com. And coming up in just a few moments, I'm going to give this, Robert's given us this album to give away of the children's choir. So Sue, be ready for phone calls. I'll tell you that in just a few moments. But how many songs you have on here?
We have around 14 songs.
14 songs. Now, what about the music? How do you arrange all that?
We have a skilled team of people back home in Uganda, in Watoto Church, that help us to select the music. It's Christian contemporary music, African Christian contemporary music, that we can be able to share with the world.
What happens to a child? I mean, it's got to be quite a cultural shock to come from Uganda to get involved in a choir and come into the United States, or go to other countries, any other countries, to leave your country and go around the world. That's got to be quite an adjustment for them to see all of that, and yet an incredible education.
That is so true. One might think that, but they are children. Their excitement is very big. They want to see everything. They're very inquisitive to ask and learn, and then their confidence builds with time. So it is a training program for us. Seeing these children come to different parts of the world, see what the world has, and they're able to learn, and they get to desire to transform their lives into different things.
I would imagine, you said earlier to help kids dream big. When a student comes on this tour with your choir and goes home, they've seen another world, another whole way of life.
That is true.
That's got to really put big dreams in their heart.
That is true. We've gotten a couple of children that along the way, their dreams have come to change depending on who they get to interact with. Uh-huh. They have been with doctors. One of the girls visited a dentist, and they had a good chat about dentistry and different equipment, and by the time she was done, her dream was to become a dentist. She wanted to help many more other children that have problems with their teeth, as she has been helped. And being encouraged by the dentist that you can be able to do this, you can study and focus on what you need really to do, and your dreams can come true.
Oh, that's wonderful. In Uganda, are you under any political pressure? Does the government let you worship the way you want to worship?
Yes, the government let us to worship the way we would love to worship.
Okay, so you're okay there.
We are okay.
Okay, other places are not in Africa, right? Like Sudan and others?
Really wouldn't be very sure about that, but all I know, back home in Uganda, we do have a freedom of worship.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love to hear when you talk about part of your program to help people is through agriculture. And I think that's wonderful. So you get a lot involved in that, right?
Yes, we do.
And the young people like that?
Yes, the young people are empowered to love that. It is the reality of what we have back at home. Agriculture makes a difference, provides for food. Yeah. There's lots of education and lots of things that we can do. So that is just one of the departments that we have out of our self-sustainability programs. that can be able to educate different children.
What about general education?
General education, we do have that one. Children go back to school, but we would love to give them another skill beyond just sitting in class. They can be able to sit in class and also be able to do something outside just the classrooms.
Wow. Is there a revival going on in Uganda?
Nothing that I know of.
Okay. But your church is growing.
Our church is growing.
How big is your church now?
We sit around 25,000 people, and we have
25,000?
Yeah, and we have 9 campuses around Kampala and Gulu as well.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right, we have this wonderful album. It's called the Watoto Christian Choir album. And again, let me encourage you to go to watoto.com. That's their website. And if the Lord's tugging on your heart to get involved with what they do, I like the little subtitle down here, Rescue, Raise, and Rebuild. And that's what they do with orphans. And you can go to WATOTO and check out what they do. Again, we're going to give this to caller number 7 at 776-5368. Area code 541-776-5368. Caller number 7 will get this children's choir album. All right, before I let you go, I only got about a minute left. Where are you going from here, Robert? What's your schedule?
We will be at Westminster Presbyterian Church here in Manford.
Oh, today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, tonight.
The concert is at 7.
Okay.
Please come and enjoy it. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Oh, I'm telling you, these kids are full of energy. We'll play a little and let you see a little as we close out. Thanks for coming in. God bless you, my friend. Okay.
God bless you.